Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and lads, first like, share and subscribe because this is a YouTube trend. Second, a little brief what is this video is about. I'll let you know. The reason I'm doing in English because I wanna get it to bigger audiences. That's the first reason. Second reason, I have started a series which is the topic I have given is today's question, but today's question is very important and it's question number 5, so I have decided to make this video in English. That's the first thing. But before all that, I will let you know what had happened with me last Tuesday. Even though I usually do not talk about myself very much, I do not like self-recommendation, that's the reason. But once you will hear what I'm going to tell you, you will get an idea why I'm talking about this. So last Tuesday what had happened, I was boiling water and I have to pour it from the boiling pot to another pot to take it upstairs. And what happened, as a result, when I was holding it in my left hand, I took it out from the stove. It was more than 100 degrees. That's how hot it felt. So I was holding like this in my left hand, right hand the pot, and splash, and that's the result. I burned my hand. I have still put cream on it. Now it's getting better, but plenty of this part was burnt. But guess what I did? There was a tap right there. I turned on the cold water tap. I put it there for a while and I tried to tolerate the burning sensation, but it didn't work. Luckily, I happened to have a cooling gel which I applied it. It did work a little bit, but obviously when you're burned by the hot water, it's going to burn regardless, and then it will itch also at the same time. But that's not the point. Imagine this: you're in Gaza. The fire is raining from the sky at the hands of nefarious, insolent, fake Jews of illegitimate bastard Israel regime, and it's phosphorus, white phosphorus, brown phosphorus, black phosphorus, any kind of phosphorus. When it touches your body, when it's burning, this thing will not be here. You'll be able to see the bones and you will feel like that you're standing in lava. That's how the burning sensation will be. And you know what's the worst part about that is this: at least I have the cream, at least I have the cooling gel, and at least I am able to get it healed. But the most pious, innocent Muslims in Gaza don't even have medicine. And what the rest of the world is doing of so-called Muslim leaders, let's talk about them. But first, I will relate one ayah for the current situation, because many people, including Muslims, they think these ayahs were only revealed for the Kuffar Quraysh of that time. They don't apply today. But I'll tell you that they apply very much to this. So I'm going to recite one ayah that is from Surah Baqarah, which is chapter 2, meaning the cow. The verse number is 7, meaning ayah number 7. So it goes like this: Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Khatamallahu ala qulubihim wa ala sam'ihim wa ala absarihim ghishawatun wa lahum azabun azim. Now, some of you may know the translation and most of you do not know, because the trend among the many Muslims is this, that just recite, you get extra sawab. Now what is written in there to understand? That's not the concept. So I have a solution for that. Because it's modern day age and technology, it's very easy to download the app Islam 360. Go on that app. It gives you a choice of languages. If your language is Urdu, English or any other languages, do the translation, understand and find the correlation. While I'm doing this video, you'll get an idea why this ayah applies 100% to everyone even today, especially including all the Muslims. So that's the first part. Now the question of today's video is this: should we not charge all the Muslim rulers as war criminals? And I'll tell you why. Because of their role in the genocide in Gaza. Now you're wondering what role? That's exactly my point, is zero role. And I'll tell you why. Let's start from Turkey. This Rajab, he's trying to bring back the greatness of Usmani Sultanate. On that I'll tell you, I'm not going to use the Ottoman Empire, because I'm not the representative of arrogant British Empire who cannot even twist their mouth and say it properly, Usmani Sultanate. So they come up with the idea to call it Ottoman Empire. No, it is Usmani Sultanate. So everybody should understand and use the word Usmani Sultanate. So now he's trying to bring back this greatness, right? But my question is this: when this genocide is going on, Turkey have plenty of nightclubs, bars, and the Ramadan is also going on. How many bars and restaurants close in protest to stand with the people of Gaza? Right? Then their hero, Ataturk, guess what? He wasn't even Muslim. He was a Yehudi, Jew. And then there's one more Maloon in India a long time ago, or somewhere around that time. In Turkey it was Ataturk, so in India this Maloon name was Ghulam Mirza Qadiani, and I'll tell you why, what is the correlation between these two. I never have seen the picture of these two criminals, Mardood. The first thought which came to my mind was like, is this Shaitan? I saw the picture of both of them. I didn't know who they were, but the first thought in my mind was Shaitan, Ataturk. And this Ghulam Mirza Qadiani Mardood, his picture, when I saw it, it was lifeless. Even with the beard and turban, professionally done picture, but it was lifeless. Obviously, when you go astray, you will have not a good picture. So that's the coloration. Now come to another point of Turkey. I salute to Sultan Nuruddin Muhammad Zangi, Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi. But if you admire them in Turkey, you will become the enemy of the state. Do you know why? Because Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi, even though he conquered Jerusalem, he was a Kurd. So he don't have the same respect that I have for Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi. And this Rajab, this Turkey comes in one of the top 10 biggest armies in the world with the most weaponry. Yet not a single bullet or a soldier have been sent to defend the most pious Muslim women and children who are being raped openly in Gaza. They're still doing the table talk. So forget Turkey. Turkey is out of question. Let's come to Jordan. Yesterday, when Muslims decided to wake up from the zombie coma and decided to protest against illegitimate bastard Israeli regime and their representative in Jordan, guess what the Jordan government did? Exactly the same thing what is happening to the people of Gaza. They ran on the pious Muslim protesters like they were going to free Gaza. So these are cowards. I forget even the name of this Jordan ruler. He is a pig for hire, just like Rajab. They can only kill their own people. They cannot save anyone else. So forget Jordan. Let's come to Kuwait. This stupid and brainless Kuwait have just gotten European Typhoon fighter after October 7. My question is this: why you are paying so much money for a scrap metal that you're gonna use it as a showpiece, but you cannot use it in Gaza? No, I know that. You're a coward. You're a Zionist. You disguise as a Muslim. So forget Kuwait. Maghlub. Coward. Oh, let's come to Saudi Arabia. This Bishaitan, the Saudi ruler, I even don't want to call his name. He is claiming to be self-appointed Muslim ruler, or Muslim leader in fact, just because he have Herman Sharafen. No, you're not my leader. You're a coward. You're a puppet for China, America, France, Germany, England, and the biggest puppet you are for the Zionist, Sehuni, fake Jew. You have no courage. No. You're not my leader. You're just about money. When Shaitan sees you, Shaitan, Satan, Azazel, Lucifer, Diablo, he says, oh, you're the boss. I have to learn from you. This stupid Saudi Arab, which have kalima on his flag, have not sent a single bullet or a soldier to save Muslims in Gaza. So kick them out. Oh, let's come to UAE. Do you know the fact about UAE? If anybody is able to destroy the whole internet system of illegitimate bastard Israel regime of Israel, nothing will happen to them. Do you know why? Because the backup system is in UAE. Now you are wondering why. As I said it earlier, these are cowards. That's why. Oh, now come to Iran. they have so-called proxies all over the world, Middle East, that part. The Middle East is not even the middle, is like Asia and Africa junction, They are killing their own people, mostly Sunnis, they are killing, So forget Iran, out of question. Oh, let's come to Pakistan. The atomic bomb holder, and that was considered Muslim atomic bomb. But just to let me remind you, the first atomic test in a laboratory was done in the University of Chicago by a Jew. It was manufactured by Christians, thrown away on Japan, whose religion was Shinto religion, and millions of people were evaporated, not tortured, not murdered, evaporated. They were evaporated so bad that some of the buildings which stood to this day, you can see the reflection of the people who were walking by, and when the atomic explosion happened, they were embossed. You cannot even find the DNA. It's just a shadow of embossed human. But that's not a war crime. That's justification in the name of the war. But Pakistan have a Muslim atomic bomb, which is basically just a scrap metal, because Pakistan also have top 10 largest armies in the world with the best weaponry, yet the Pakistan army have only conquered one country, and that is Pakistan and its own people. They have never won a single war. So why worry about that? Let's come to Malaysia. They decided to be a Asian tiger. Guess what happened? 2 planes down. They couldn't even figure it out who did it. Gone. Malaysia gone down. That's it. Individual flight, always lost. Oh, let's go to Indonesia. Indonesia, huge army, huge number of Muslims. But guess what? When you go in Indonesia, the only time you will find out that it looks like a Muslim country, just like Turkey and so many other Muslim countries, when you hear the azan. Otherwise, when you go to Bali, you will forget everything else in the rest of the world, whether it's New Orleans or Las Vegas. That's how the satanic activities take place in Indonesia. So they also only like to kill their own opponents inside their own country. So they have no courage, so kick them out. So these are all war criminals. We should charge them as war criminals. Now I'll come back to my injury. As I told you that I have the cream and I am able to heal it and it's getting better, right? But imagine when the fire is raining down from the sky, the pain, the death, the excruciating pain when it comes. You don't have no medicine, nothing to survive. You're dying in pain and vain. And this is not the first time. America have done the same thing in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and many more other countries. But that's not a war criminal. That's the flowers of democracy, because they have to appoint democratically elected government. So I would like to tell you, Adolf Hitler the Great was a democratically elected government official. So why he's considered evil? I don't know. But now let's come back to the current topic. The hostages in illegitimate Israeli jails have been sexually tortured, physically tortured, murdered in those jails. These are hostages taken away from their home in the middle of the night. But that's not a crime. But if Hamas killed few hundred, October 7 was a judgment day. We're going to punish you. But what about the Holocaust of 20 million Muslims already? You want to count? From the early 19th century, the fall of the Usmani Sultanate, that was the first one. Then the partition of India and Pakistan, that was the second one. Then came the liberation fight against the European invaders in Africa. Plenty of people were killed over there. Then came the Slobodan Milosevic, whoever that crap was, Bosnia. That was another one. Then came this stupid and brainless no-fly zone that all the Muslim rulers were silent as usual. You know how many children have died? because they were not able to get the medicine, because the democratic civilized world have decided to punish Saddam Hussein. You know how many children were died? What was their fault? Oh, these are not considered war criminals, but Saddam Hussein was a war criminal. So killing 3 million people in Japan in 3 minutes, that's not a war crime. That's justifiable democracy. Yeah. But if Saddam Hussein is killing, we're gonna kill all the innocent children also. They died off because they didn't have no medicine. And oh, guess what? There's one more hero, Winston Churchill. He been shown as a Winston Churchill as a hero. Guess what? There was a famine in Bengal. You can also go on internet and see the pictures and the statement. People were dying because of the starvation that was created by this war criminal Winston Churchill. But nobody calls him war criminal. I have the courage to call him war criminal. He was a war criminal, but he wasn't the only one. There was another arrogant representative of Crusader British Empire. His name is, I call him Balchor. His name was Balfour, but I call him Balchor. Bal means hair, Chor means thief. He have stolen so much that he haven't left a strand of hair on anybody's head. That's how much he have stolen the land. And because of this stupid pig, we have the problem today. But forget all this. As a Muslim, what are we doing? Don't you think the time have come to ask from the Muslim rulers? When the hell you gonna wake up out of Kombi Zoma? I mean, what the hell it is? Zombie coma. And start questioning your own rulers. Rajab, do you have courage to send any army? Pakistan? The tasking man, the pick for hire of GHQ? No, I'll tell you why. Because they are sitting all in the laps of illegitimate Zionist Israeli regime. And you know, when you sit in the lap of them, you have only one thing to do. You suck on a lollipop. And since this is the month of Ramadan, I cannot express directly. I'll do it indirectly. It's an object over there in their lap. It looks like I and a O on the top. That's what they are sucking. These are cowards. These are not my rulers. These are not my representatives. Just remember this. What will we are going to answer on the Judgment Day, which is Yawm al-Qiyamah, we call it, that when the people were dying in all those countries, whether it was Gaza, Sudan, Ethiopia, Burma, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and the list goes on, regardless whether they were Muslims or not, what as a Muslim we have done, because as a Muslim it's our responsibility to save the innocent. According to the teachings of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there are 3 categories of Islam. The first one, if you see the evil and you can stop it from your hand, do it. Second, if you cannot do it, you can voice your concern. This is step 2, category 2. The third one, if you cannot do these 2, say it at least bad in your heart that, Ya Allah, forgive me, right? But guess what? It seemed like as a Muslim, whole Muslim, majority of us have surpassed all these 3. They have gone in a coma, zombie coma. They even don't have courage to talk about it. And if I talk about it, they get scared and afraid for speaking the truth. No, because you're covered. At least we should admire South Africa and other countries who are making a stand. That stand should have been taken by the Muslim rulers, not leaders, Muslim rulers. No, they don't have no courage. I already told you. I think this video is getting long, so I'll keep it short. I'll conclude it. My point is this: who's going to help the people in Gaza? Oh, I forget the main culprit, Misr. I don't want to call them Egypt. Why do I have to twist my tongue to call them Egypt? It's Misr. This Maghlub Sisi. You know why his name is Sisi? Because when you eat the chilies, you go like, and he's Maghlub. Right next door, few miles of border. But guess what? He's farting from his mouth. Oh, we have a pact. We cannot do anything. While the genocide is continuously going on. 12 million Muslims Holocaust, and that's the role of Misr. What is the role of Misr? 0. I think I have said sufficient. Tomorrow I will tell you one more information which majority of the people are not paying attention. I will try to do my best to have another video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it will be coming very soon to a screen near you. In the meantime, since this is the second 10 days of Ramadan going on, make sure that you are able to recite as much as possible. Astaghfirullah Rabbi min kulli dhanbin wa atubu alayh. In the meantime, fi amanillah, ma salam, adios, bye bye, Khuda Hafiz, sayonara, das vidanya.